I am from Finland and this is my review on my summer car. A few months ago, I made a video where I played my summer car for the first time and it blew up. I had heard of this game before, but all I knew is that it's a game that is funny to Finnish people. So I jumped into the game. The first thing I see is my mother pushing me out of her. It was this moment I knew this game is going to be epic. You wake up in bed in the year 1995 as the 18-year-old boy. You can instantly tell this is somewhere on the Finnish countryside based on the house design and the decor. Walking into the kitchen, there is beer on the table. To me, this was shocking because the only Finns that would keep beer outside of the fridge is the alcoholics that can't afford to pay their electricity bills. Seriously, why is there beer on the table? Reading the note on the fridge, I found out my parents are on vacation and the goal of the game is to build a car. English speakers might not know this, but the Finnish accent on this note is strong, and I felt like having a stroke trying to read it. The accent is only more proof that we are in the middle of nowhere on the Finnish countryside. Anyways, back to the fact that the game wants me to build a car. Now at this time of playing the game, I had no driving license and I knew nothing about cars, so I prayed I wouldn't need any car knowledge for this game. Well, fuck. Based on the model and color, it seems to be the same car I was given birth in. Usually when I play games, I'm used to jumping into car and holding W while driving over people. And now I have to build a car? My first day in the game was mostly figuring out how to do things, like drinking water and eating. People in my Twitch chat kept making fun of me for not knowing how to do the basic things in game. Like I wouldn't be able to do them in real life.
Voi saatana! Perkele!
Now, one thing I can't do as a woman in real life is this. This is the only game that has ever let me pee, and it was awesome. Considering that this is my first ever simulator game, it took me some time to learn all of the buttons. On the first days, I was not ready to build a car yet, so I looked for other ways to get around in the game. Luckily, the game let me drive a boat, tractor, and a motorbike. As a Finn playing this game in the cold winter, it filled my heart with joy driving the boat in the summery lake. The bike also reminded me of one I had as a kid, especially the moment when I crashed into a ditch and never wanted to drive again. If you install the driving seat and the Satsuma, your uncle's blue van will eventually spawn in his yard that lets you run errands in the neighborhood. After learning the basic buttons, I just had fun with the game. Doing the sauna for the first time, I loved the detail of having to wait for the sauna meter to go up, and that I had to fill the bucket with water to then throw on the stones. For the tractor and motorbike, I was mind blown by the fact you actually had to use each button and even switch gears to drive. As someone without a driving license, I had to learn how gears work simply for this game. For people that are used to simulator games, this is probably nothing new for you. But for someone that had never played a simulator game before, this was a whole new experience. After having fun with the game, I decided to spend a few days building the car, and let me tell you the feeling of excitement and panic when I tried to start it for the first time. I felt like I truly had accomplished something and couldn't wait to learn how to upgrade and maintain my car. Driving around in a car you build screw by screw, with wiring and everything, was a top achievement of my gaming life. With a good YouTube tutorial, I managed to get the car going first try, but even the tutorial guy was nervous when he turned that key at the end of the video. That shows how easy it is to miss some details while building it. This game is very hard for someone without any car knowledge, and I had to literally learn how to maintain a car for this game alone. Building is easy with tutorial, but I have no clue what to do when it breaks. That's what keeps this game playable though, the endless quest of maintaining and upgrading your car. Without the help of my Twitch community or YouTube tutorials, I would have rage quit a long time ago. After finishing my car, I started upgrading it towards the rally. While playing this game, I actually took my first driving lessons, and it also sparked an interest in learning how to maintain cars in real life. I am not surprised that so many of my summer car fans are car people in real life as well. My general experience with the community is okay, but I couldn't read the comments due to everyone backseating. I know people want to help, but it ruins the authentic experience for the first playthrough. Some people would make fun of me for not knowing anything about cars. Making fun of people for trying to learn something for the first time won't make you any better as a person. It only shows that you need to put others down to feel better about yourself. Some people would get angry because I did not know how to play the game. If you want to see someone that is good at the game, don't watch a first playthrough. In the end, this is just a fun game for me. Aside from maintaining your car, there is so much to do in this game. Well, that was awesome. What makes it so obvious that the game is made by a Finnish person is the humor. In the beginning of the game, you get to choose your name and game mode on a driving license. When you die, you get to see yourself in the Finnish newspaper. That is weirdly accurate considering the countryside newspapers would have nothing else interesting to write about. You also get a gravestone at the graveyard for every death. Then there is the little details like the PP sauna meter, the name of the bike, that swearing takes down stress, and the TV show. And let's not forget about the achievements. The game literally called me a coward for not playing on permadeath on day 1. What makes this game so special at heart is the time era it is in. The days before the smartphone, when a bunch of bored adults and teenagers try to entertain themselves. The good old days when you pay in marka instead of euro. The feeling of the past is a big part why I couldn't stop playing this game. I never thought I would hear the soothing sound of the text TV again. I never thought I would listen to the radio for fun. I never thought I would have to use scripts to play a game on PC. I think only a true Finn can sense some of the little details in this game, like the terrible Finnish music and the Finnish diet. Even the coffee mug, the soap and the wall art is truly Finnish. To not forget about the characters. Teemo at the countryside store that doesn't know how to shut up. The Jonnet that think they're better than you for drinking energy drinks. The countryside bus driver. Your idiot cousin that is on a secret mission to kill you. The judgmental and curious neighbors. Grandma offering you a bit of money for help over a cup of coffee. Your alcoholic uncle that can give you a job. The killer guy that mostly sells alcohol to underage kids. And the abusive wife. The dialogue might seem over the top to most players, but it is sadly realistic. Not only the dialogue is accurate, but the way they dress and look as well. If we ignore the fact that grandma is an old man wearing a dress, you can see how big of an impact alcoholism have on the Finnish life. When a child has to call you to empty the sewer for their parents, and when you find your uncle passed out on the street. Now, as someone that loves immersive open world games, how can I not love this game? You can only go to the store when it is open. You need to fill up gas by actually pouring it. You need to chop wood one by one with an axe. You need to check the mailbox to pay bills. You even need to change your fuses and turn off the lights to save money. The game is hard at first, but when you get into it, it is rewarding. I wouldn't mind the game being even more immersive than it already is, actually. The only thing I cannot stand about this game is the stupid mosquitoes, the shaking hangover, and jail time. If you live in northern Finland, mosquitoes are a big pain in the ass, but I think you should get rid of all of the bug sounds for at least 10 minutes every time you use bug spray. For the hangover, the shaking doesn't make any sense. The game should let you drink it away slowly, and it should definitely not last 3 days. Going to jail should feel annoying, but it is so boring it makes many of us quit the game and restart. The possibility of speeding up time by watching TV in the daytime would be a solution to the long prison sentences we all hate. There is a few things I think should be added to the game. More things to buy in the store, or at least let you buy everything that is already in the store. One thing that should definitely be added is energy drinks. A backpack that lets you carry one bag. Drivable and stealable bikes. Finnish people love stealing bikes. The option to save without having to go to main menu. A bus that drives closer to home. Right now the bus is pretty useless. I know some of these can be added by mods, but it would be great if these things were in the original game. There is definitely some bugs in this game, like screws screwing themselves off on the battery, flying trees, and tools disappearing into the ground. It is nice that the tools do spawn into a dump if you want them back, but this shouldn't be an issue in the first place. Even though I am not a game developer, I would assume fixing these floating trees, especially in this area, wouldn't be too difficult. Overall, the game runs and works very well, and the bugs are a part of the fun. I do wish the game looked a bit better, especially the trees, but maybe it is a part of the charm that the game looks like this. It also lets people with worse gaming setups play it. In my opinion, the most fun part of this game is the glitches. Some bugs are features, like learning tricks on how to move cars around with beer cases. It is also the perfect game to speedrun with or without glitches. I asked Inas, the world record holder of building the Satsuma, what she thinks is the worst part about the game, and she said, quote, "The game can sometimes be very much hurry up and wait once you get used to the game and you're not dying every few days. You got not too much to do between rallies and car maintenance, but pick strawberries or move hay bales. I love the game because it's probably one of the more realistic simulation games out there that has just enough silly jank to keep it interesting. I could on day one tell that this game is something that hits my heart differently from any other game. Not only because it's in Finland, but because of how different it is from any other game. One-man game studios like Topless Gun do what they want without caring about the world's opinion. Finnish people in general are known for memes, but Topless Gun must have a master's degree in it. There is a charm to this game that no big game studio can replace, with their mission to earn money and spread politics. I want more chill games like this that are made just purely for fun. No political standpoints, just to have a good time. Considering how much there is to do in this game, I think Topless Good could charge way more than $30 on Steam for it. $15 is very generous, but I guess that's because the game doesn't look too good. If the game looked a lot better, I'm sure that people would pay at least $50 for it. I'm just going to end the video by saying thank you so much Topless Gun for making this gem of a game. Now please let me know what you think of the game in the comments down below.